I see Wilson and Farthing lined up right beside each other. And they're here on the inside pole. Should be tight. Farthing looked like he was out of the hole a little bit quicker this time. Let's see if Jimmy can catch up to him. It's Farthing. Farthing with the hole shot here in the 1050 class. Looks like Wilson coming out in second. That's on the inside.
That's right. Holbein Jr. on the number 53. Looking for him. He was your second place qualifier. Looks like he's back there in the mix somewhere, just coming across now. Schilling on the number 22 up there as well. Gotta say, I'm looking for the number 4 of Tegan Hill, your second place rider in the point standings for the championship now. It's all on the line. There's no way we could have let this race go and not expected a dogfight to happen, Mikey.
Oh, yeah, it's going to get good as the race goes on here. Once again, back in the third spot is Jax Hayden, sponsored by the 3-6 Racing Team. As you see the top two heading into the split. Wilson trying to make that inside work for him, and we've seen him do that before. But Farthing looking pretty tight on the outside. Farthing going to have the drive as they come down the front straightaway. And Devin Farthing, Dev Dog, extending that lead just a little bit, and he'll be the first over the log jump.
Indeed he does. Taking that log jump is a big advantage here for your pro classes. Man, I gotta say, these guys are really moving. These guys' boats are moving so fast across the water. It looks like their boat is barely touching, just barely skimming the water. They hit the log jump as they clear it, going right to left. There's your race leader once again, the 116 of Farthing. Still leads the number 300 of Jimmy.
Wilson once again opts to go to the inside. Farthing going to go to the outside. Wilson it looked like he went in a little bit quicker this time. So they should come out a little bit closer. Again, Farthing going to have the drive as he comes from the outside. Here comes Wilson. Wilson's going to try to take that line away. Nothing doing. Farthing slams that door shut. Still a lot of time left to go here in the 1050 as the top two start to separate from the rest of the pack, and Farthing just ramps over the log jump. Wilson's still right there behind him, followed by Hayden. Here comes Caden Schilling. And boat number 53, Gary Holbein Jr. Holbein Jr. having to hit the brakes there. He is currently in that 4th place position. It looks like Tegan Hill in 5th on boat number 4. Meanwhile, Farthing maintaining about a 1.5, 2-second lead over Wilson. Wilson once again opted to go to that inside split over here on the left-hand side of the track.
That's right, around the white buoys he goes. Wilson knows he's faster. He knows he's got a chance to make a pass. If he's going to do it, it's going to be right here through the inside, trying to come out ahead, full of throttle. Farthing from the outside shuts it down. Not yet. Wilson continuing to try, going inside, going outside. Farthing still holds on, moving across that log jump like it's not even close to an issue. In 3rd, Hayden on the number 36 remains. Not too much trouble behind him besides Holbein Jr. chasing down the number 22 of Schilling. Plenty of laps left here to go for the Pro 1050s.
Well, you know, one of the things I seen there is Farthing was headed toward the log jump, did something that is very reminiscent of what I used to watch his father do. He just hit the bars real quick, and that threw Wilson off of his line as he got a little bit of pump wash tossed at him.
Yeah, we were talking to a couple riders earlier, and these guys are getting pelted with water the entire time. Check it out, a little switch up. Wilson now taking the outside blue buoy line. Farthing still leads. Something we're not used to seeing here is Wilson chasing down another rider to grab the lead. And, man, I got to say, Farthing's doing a solid job of putting a gap between himself and Wilson right now.
Once again, Jimmy Wilson with an 11-point. Tegan Hill coming into today. Gary Holbein Jr. sat in 3rd with 92 points, and he is about 12 points behind you. It looks like Gary Holbein Jr. now gets ahead of Caden Schilling as they work left to right in front of you.
He does. Schilling comes from the inside line and gets a little swappy heading into the finish lane section, and Holbein takes advantage of it. Man, that's trouble for the number 4, Tegan Hill. I was looking for him earlier, 2nd in this championship standings. But, man, a lot of trouble being back in the number 5 spot right now. There goes Zarzor on the number 702. Your race leaders coming back around once again. Farthing still leads.
Yeah, Farthing catching up to some back markers here. We'll see if that slows him up. Looks like that's Zarzauer going to let Farthing go by. It's going to let Wilson go by, too, down there at the bottom right-hand side of the track. Wilson about 3 seconds behind Farthing right now on the far side. And here comes, here comes Gary Holbein Jr. He's now pressing Jax Hayden as they head up and over the log jump. That is 3 and 4 right there. Regaining that 5th place position, boat number 22, Caden Schilling, and that puts Tegan Hill back into 6th.
That's right, Holbein Jr. really been scuffing his way to the top here, digging and fighting, trying to make something happen. Now closing in on Jax Hayden. You'll see them coming right to left just ahead. Check out your race leader. Farthing still leads. Wilson comes through about a solid second and a half behind. Francis moves out of the way. She knows the race is going on behind her. Doesn't want to get in the way of her teammate trying to make a position gained here.
All right, Farthing again catching up some back markers over here on the top right-hand side of the track as we view it from announcing. The back markers yielding, and it looks like Gary Holbein Jr. moving up into that third spot. Jax Hayden back to fourth.
That's right, the 53 made the move right here from the inside, was able to make a clean run through the inside wide buoys, really putting that jet far down into the turns, getting through. The number 300 of Jimmy Wilson to the inside lanes. Trying to get to your race leader here. One more turn to go. Farthing comes out first, but a handful of throttle. Wilson doesn't make it stick just yet.
And Wilson trying to take that lane away, but I'll tell you, Farthing just powering out of it. Showing you a little bit of muscle on that 116 boat out there. Again, you're watching the Pro 1050 class, and we told you this was going to be a good one, folks.
No doubt a total turn of events right now between the 116 and the 300 for the championship standings. Right here they go, coming right to left in front of you around the yellow buoy. Farthing comes through first, standing up tall in the attack position. Wilson follows right behind. Wilson goes inside, Farthing goes outside.
Yeah, meanwhile you had Tegan Hill rail to rail with Caden Schilling down here on the front straight. And it looks like Wilson going to have the advantage coming out of this one. Will he take the line away? Slides out just a little bit. Here comes Farthing toe!
Wilson nearly trading paint with the number 300. Well, you know, Wilson nearly trading paint with Farthing right there. Man, it's a Kawasaki versus Yamaha showdown out here.
Well, I'll tell you, the courtesy flags just came out. This race is only halfway done. If the second half is just as exciting as the first half, I might need a cardiac specialist down here.
I would have to agree with it. We'll get a defibrillator down here immediately. Hayden still sitting behind Holbein Jr. Holbein Jr. right now your third place rider at the moment, the number 36. Trouble coming from the number 4, Tegan Hill now closing in the gap between himself and the 36. Richie comes through along with Schilling.
All right, once again getting ready to come out here of the split. Wilson going to come out first. And he is going to be able to steal that line away from Farthing. Farthing slides back into that second spot as the top two once again have separated from the rest of the pack. And I believe you got some back markers between them and third place. I believe third place is still Gary Holbein Jr. just now entering the split from the outside section. Hayden still in the fourth spot. Tegan Hill was in fifth but got past Schilling for that fifth place position, and Hill now got his gun sights.
Yeah, Tegan Hill now closing on the number 36 of Hayden after getting past Schilling. That's good news for him. Again, currently he is your second in the championship points, but right now it's looking to change a little bit if he can't get caught up to Holbein Jr. right here. White flag still has not come out, however, it's just past the halfway point, so a lot of laps left to go here. Your race leader comes through once more. Farthing in second, still going around the outside blue buoys now.
You see him look at me?
Yeah, you could see Farthing looked over and he just kind of shook his head like son of a biscuit.
It's tough right now here in the Pro 1050s, no doubt about it. It takes a lot of endurance and a lot of discipline and man, you just got to be able to throw a ski around like it's your own. And these guys are the ones you're going to want to come and watch and see how to do that. Francis comes through along with the number 36 of Jax Hayden once again. Hill now closing in the gap, a second and a half maybe off of Hayden here. That's trouble, stirring up in the 1050s.
Axel Ritchie, it looks like he is on the move too, trying to get past Caden Schilling. Then you got Jimmy Wilson coming through the AJSA start-finish line.
Thanks, buddy. Thank you.
Hayden on the number 85, swinging on by, as well as the number 702 of Zar Zor. The 53 of Holbein Jr. still your third place rider, coming back through the finish line once again. A little bit of action starting to stir up still here in the inside wide buoy lane. Hayden just a turn ahead. of Tegan Hill right here. Hill coming out of the outside now. A handful of throttle to come back up. Richie follows.
Gary Holbein Jr. can pick up a couple points here on Tegan Hill if things stay as they are. He might need to have somebody get past Hill if he wants to move up to that second position. Jimmy in a solid first right now, the 115 points. Hill in second with 104, and then 12 points behind him, Gary Holbein Jr. I believe they go 25, 22, 20 points are your top three.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see the culmination of that, of course, with Holbein sitting in third right now. Tegan Hill fighting for that number 4 position. You can see Hayden coming through the inside lanes now, going left to right. Tegan trying to match the speed of Hayden as they go. There's Francis on the number 911. Looks like Hayden has pulled away quite a bit now. A little bit of breathing room for himself, trying to avoid the 911 boat of Francis. Axel looks like he makes the pass on Hill just now.
Yeah, so Richie right there, Hill right there, and then Jimmy Wilson, your race leader. That's what the blue flag was for, because Jimmy Wilson is lapped all the way up to 4th place at this point. So a great ride out there for the factory Cali pilot, Jimmy Wilson, on some borrowed property here this weekend from B&N. Gary Holbein Jr., boat number 53. Did a great job, by the way, with the Star Spangled Banner there with the trumpet.
No doubt one of our guest trumpet players for the national anthem. Love to see it. Your race leader comes back through once again. White flag is out. 1 lap left here to go. Axel Ritchie on the number 99, just behind Hayden. Your second place rider Farthing flowing through as well.
So it's going to be close. I'm going to have to see how this is scored after the race, because it's going to be close to see if Holbein Jr. overtook that second place overall for the season. It's like Wilson can put it in cruise control for a win in 2024 here in the Pro 1050 class. And it's funny, Holbeins are all the way down at the end of the beach, and I can hear Mama Holbein all the way over here. Checkered flag out. Jimmy Wilson says, go ahead, Zarzauer, take another lap. You had Hayden come in with Richie, and then you got, I believe, Farthing, Hill, Francis, Schilling as they come through. But again, as we pointed out, what a great race.